Alright people, question number 18 on your 1105 test 2 review. Give you a picture of a graph called f of x, and they want you to create a graph g of x from it by following the pattern that's given. So let's look at the graph and let's look at the pattern. Here's my original picture. Now let's analyze it a little bit. This is my original function f of x. Notice things have been scaled, so we're counting by threes. That's really not pertinent to the problem, to be honest. But it's a good idea to notice that the x scale and the y scale is 3. I want to create a new graph by taking my old function and multiplying by -5. Now what that's telling me to do, see, this algebra phrase is really saying create a new function by taking your old function, which means take the old y values and multiply them each by -5. Well, I like to teach my students to do that with some pretty visible points. The y value here is 0. If I multiply by -5, it stays at 0, so that point comes on my new graph. The y value here is really -3. If I multiply -3 by -5, it becomes a positive 15, which puts that point up here. Okay? My y value here is 3. If I multiply that by -5, it makes it -15, which puts my point, another point for g of x, down here. So far, if I play a connect the dots game, this is what has happened to my picture. This y value is currently 0. If I multiply by -5, it stays 0, so that stays. So I connect directly to that point. And this y value is -3. If I multiply by -5, it becomes a -15, which puts that point up here. And I now connect to it. And I think if you look at your piece of paper, okay, see what the new graph looks like in the kind of the black pen. And I think if you look at your piece of paper, the graph that emulates that picture that I just drew for you is choice B. But that's how we did it, people. We took a known point from the original graph, we multiplied the y value by -5, which gave me a point on the new graph, and then I played my connect the dots game.